branch of the Wayne County Public Library. Welcome to Tuesday Crafternoon. Today, I'd like to show you how you can turn a couple of fabric scraps and a scrap piece of batting and a ribbon into a little needle book with pages for you to put your needles into. It's pretty simple. I'll leave you the list of things you'll need here, and I'll show you how to do it. Let's get started. First, I'm going to trim the two pieces of fabric to about 6.5 inches wide by 4 inches high. So I've got my cutting mat here, my two fabrics lined up, my plastic cutting ruler, and my rotary cutter. So we'll trim that. Three, 5, 6.5. And then I'll come over here and trim this to 4 inches high. And we've got the pieces for the outer part of the book and the inner part of the book. So now what I want to do is cut the batting, and I have just some scrap cotton batting here. And again, I'll do the 4 inches high. And 6.5 inches wide. Now while I'm over here, I'm also going to cut ribbon. And since I already have this in place, I'm just going to measure out enough length so that it will stitch on the inside of the cover like I've done in this older book, and there's enough at the ends to tie it closed. All right, so now I can get started with pinning and sewing. To put it together, I'm going to do the layers with the batting on the bottom, the outside of the needle book, and this is right side up, and then the inside of the book, and this will be right side down. So I'll just get them all stacked up, and then I'm going to go around and pin it, and then leave about that much open on one of the sides so that I'll be able to turn it inside out. All right, that's ready to go over to the sewing machine. So I'm going to do a 1/4 inch seam around and do a little cut there at the corners so that they'll turn out nicely. right, so I'm going to trim the corners and then turn it inside out. All right, now that I've got it turned inside out, what I'm going to do is top stitch around all the edges, and that way I will close up this hole here. So I'm going to pin that shut. Oops. And this time I'm just going to follow around along the edge of my presser foot. All right, now what I'm going to want to do next is to stitch this ribbon in here. And I'm going to do that by hand. So I will do that off screen and then come back. And then the last thing we'll need to do are the little pages that go in the book. So I've got the ribbon sewn into the cover of the book. And what I forgot to mention at the beginning of this video is that we also have to cut some fabric pages. So I've got a couple of layers here of another fabric, and I'm going to cut them 5.5 inches wide by 3 inches high so that they'll fit inside the cover. So there's our width. And there's the height. Now, if I can find my pinking shears, I will go around and cut those edges so that they're nicely pinked. But since this isn't something I expect I'm going to have to wash, I might just put the pages in as they are, because I don't think those edges are going to unravel very much with the use that they're going to get. So it's back to the sewing machine. So here's the last step. We've got the pages, we've got the cover. What I want to do is figure out where the middle is. So I'm just going to fold this over and sort of crease it there a little bit. And then I'm going to stick my pin. Actually, I guess I'd better stick it in the bottom, shouldn't I? There we go. And then I'll just line this up and sew in the pages. And there we go. I've got a nice little book to store my needles in, and then I can tie it shut. So that's all there is to it, and I hope you'll give it a try if you want to have another little something to keep in your sewing kit. This makes it very handy for you to take some sewing or stitching projects with you on the go. Hope you have fun trying this at home. And until next time, stay healthy, be kind, and get creative. Bye-bye.